At some point, you're going to have to believe that God is going to pull you out of your situation. How much more evidence do you need? God has gave us miracles and breakthroughs in the Bible. He has given us testimonies from people around you, and you have your own testimonies of how many times God has pulled you out and delivered you. God has a resume of all the miracles, of all the breakthroughs, of all the things that He has done in all of our lives. How much more evidence do you need that He is going to bring you out of the situation you're in? And you are doubting right now. But I want you to remind yourself that God is the same God that He was 20 years ago, that He is today. So if God never changes, that means He's still consistent today. That means He's still faithful today. That means He'll still deliver you today, tomorrow, next year. How much more evidence do you need to know that God is going to provide for you? How much more evidence do you need to know that God says nothing but truth? If God says, I am going to rescue you, then you have to believe it, because you know why? He rescued you before. You know why? He rescued people all throughout the Bible. You know why? He rescued people all around you. So how much more truth, how much more evidence do you need to stop doubting God? Why do you doubt God so much? And He has already showed you time and time again that He is going to pull you out. He showed you time and time again that He has never left you. He showed you time and time again that He is a way maker. He showed you time and time again, no matter how difficult the situation looks, He will pull you out. So at some point, you got to start believing Him. At some point, you got to know without a shadow of a doubt that God is going to make a way in your situation. God has made a way so many times. You hear it all the time from the people around you. You got stories all throughout the Bible of how God has delivered, how God has healed, how God has made a way in people's lives. And then you have your own testimony. Look at the past. Look at how much He has already pulled you through. Look at how much He has already saved you from. Look at how much He has already freed you from. So why do you doubt? Why do you doubt? Stop listening to the lies of the enemy and start believing the truth that God has been showing you time and time again. The truth that what God has been speaking to you time and time again. At some point, you're going to have to believe. At some point, you're going to have enough faith to know that God is the same God today that He was yesterday. So if He did it yesterday,